Happy hump day. For those of you, if you haven't seen my Facebook post, I can't remember if it was Facebook or Instagram. Anywho, I've just been dragging today. I mean, dragging. I'm snapdragging. Half of me is snapped, and the other half is dragging. I could not sleep last night, so I slept in the recliner. I woke up, I went back to sleep, I woke up, I went back to sleep, I woke up, I went in the bed, went back to sleep. I finally woke up at 11 o'clock today, this afternoon. Yeah. I was still so sleepy I couldn't stand it. And I decided if I'm going to sleep, might as well be out there in that pool, you know what I'm saying, getting me some vitamin D. Tan fat looks better than white fat, I'm just saying. So I did. I got up, I got on my swimsuit, I got my fat, happy butt out in that pool. And I did. I lounged for a good, I guess, hour and a half. Floated on one side, flipped over like a rotisserie chicken, floated on the other side, finally got out. I did try getting some leaves out, but while I was out there, I had this aha moment. Again, it occurred to me, I've wasted my quarantine time. The only thing I've accomplished was gaining about, I don't know, 15 more pounds. I was editing my video yesterday, and whenever I saw myself on the screen and I'm looking at it, and I asked Fat Man, I'm like, am I really that big? Seriously, am I really that big? And in all smartness, he had a clarity moment. Usually he would just kind of blurt out an answer. Yeah, no, honey, you know, or yeah, you're that big. If he's smart, he would blurt out no and lie. I plead the fifth, because if I answer honestly, I'm in trouble, and if I lie, I'm in trouble. I cannot believe I'm this big. And it's like, maybe you're just swollen. So, y'all, I'm not big, I'm just swollen. Or, what was it they say? I found out things expand when they get hot. So I'm not big, I'm just hot. There you go. I'm just hot. I'm in Alabama, it's hot. Anywho, I gotta do something, y'all, or I am gonna be on my 600-pound life. Like I said, I will never be on Hoarders. I will never be on Sex Sent Me to the ER. Because all this don't work that way. No. What else was it? Back in the day, I mean, way back in the day, I could have been on extreme couponers. Y'all remember that? Used to, I was one of them women. Publix actually had to give me a gift card for my money back. I had more than one occasion they had to give me money back, but they could only do it on a gift card. Now, one store actually gave me cash back because they were so flabbergasted they didn't know what to do. Another time, I decided, you know what? I ain't going to take money from these. I had Becca run go get me some chicken. So I could have been on extreme couponers when they were trying to figure out what was wrong with me, and I kept having to go from doctor to doctor to doctor to doctor. I could have been on mystery diagnosis. Yeah. Monsters inside me. Yeah, they were wondering if it was a parasitic type disease. Yeah, just say it. Ew. Yeah, but, and I used to tease I could be on, you know, eventually. And I was just joking. Or I would joke at the first of the year, my New Year's resolution wasn't going to be how much weight I could lose. No, I couldn't attain that goal. I'm going to hit something I could maybe strive for, see how much weight I could gain. I was just kidding. But I'm really getting there. Yeah. Y'all, I'm not fat, I'm swollen. So, anywho, today has found me a moment of clarity. I have completely wasted a whole 2 months of quarantine time. We are now in June. Quarantine time started around St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, St. Patrick's Day. So really and truly a little bit more than 2 months. Almost 2.5 months. Yeah. Wasted. Well, now I did accomplish 2 outfits out of the 4 I need to make. But my other one of my other ones is coming around the bend. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing done started on it. Haven't picked out the pattern. Haven't gotten the material picked out. Nothing. I got to get on the ball, y'all. I do have Alice Marie one picked out and cut out. But that's no pressure. I've got a deadline on this baby coming. Yeah. So, and then there's other things that I wanted to accomplish. I need to clean my house. I need to. Remember we talked about little tadpoles, or if you have the frogs, eat the frog. I don't know if it's the change in meds or what, but I can't. So, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to make me a goal. Like I said, I even tried doing a brain dump. My mind couldn't focus to even do a brain dump. Like, seriously. So, I had a call in to the movement disorder doctor at Emory. Still have not heard back. I called the doctor that was supposed to fax records. They swear they faxed them. They're faxing them to the wrong number. So they were supposed to. I got to get it straightened out. Something's got to happen. I guess I could just show up there with the bag and, fall out and make them take me. Anywho, I got to get. Do y'all ever get that way where it's just. And I'm not. Well, I say I'm not. I'm almost getting to the point of depression. And even Fat Man asked me, he's like, "Are you depressed?" And I was trying to shrug it off. No, I'm not. I'm not depressed. No. And then it occurred to me today in the pool. I am. I seriously am. And I don't know why. I mean, I have no reason to be depressed. But I feel like a failure. I mean, I'm just being honest. I know I usually am happy-go-lucky, upbeat, But it's just, do y'all ever have moments? Yeah, I got a beard hair. I'm playing with my one beard hair. Do y'all ever get those? I used to have a mole right there that, anywho, do y'all ever get like that? Where you're just, and you don't know why. Financially, things are yeah. Becca's talking about moving out, which is great. It's exciting for her. It is wonderful. I'm so glad that she wants to have that independence way before the boy ever did. She's been looking at apartments for a long time, and she has discovered pulling triple and double shifts. Her paycheck will allow her to do that. So you fly the coop, you little bird. Fly the coop. But then that's going to put us in a little bit more of a financial strain, because she does pay rent. We do charge her rent. But then again, like on the boy, it'll cut down on our groceries. And it's not empty nest. All I could think about today in the pool is, okay, she moves out. That gives us another room. Yes, ma'am. I already have plans for that room. That is going to be me and Carol Beth, a craft room. Carol Beth can paint in there. I can move my sewing table and the office in there. You see where I'm going? We can cut back on groceries. Red beans and rice, y'all. And grits. It'll be alright. It'll be alright. But I don't know. I said the other day, somebody had asked me how I was doing. Oh, who was it? And I had made the comment, I call it the Robin Williams mood. You know, he was always laughing, joking, cutting up. But deep down, he had that depression. And I don't know why. I don't know why. But I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm a failure that I've wasted 2.5 months. I mean, looking back on it, I have accomplished diddly squat. I have nothing to really look back other than 2 dresses. Woo! They took me all of maybe 3 days to make. Come on now. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to formulate me a plan. We're going to come up with a plan. Oh, and y'all pray for Bo's mother. She is not doing good at all. They've already called in hospice due to COVID. Only 2 people can be with her at a time. And it has to be the same 2 people. It's not like one of his sisters and her husband can see her today, and then tomorrow her brother, the brother can see. It has to be those 2 people. So his brother doesn't want to remember her that way. Bo doesn't either. Isn't it weird? And Steel Magnolia said it well. Men are supposed to be the stronger sex. Yet men cannot be there when that happens. They just can't. Nobody was with my dad when he passed away. But I was the one that went in and helped the hospice nurse get him cleaned up and ready for the funeral home to take him. When Mr. Charles, a good friend of ours from church, when he passed away, I went over there. And once hospice came, me and a man from the church were not going to let him leave. He had a t-shirt and an adult diaper on. And we're like, no, go get him some clothes. He is not leaving here like that. And me and him got him dressed. Dressing dead bodies does not bother me at all. Especially my dad. I was not going to have him leave there like that. I just wasn't. Yeah, just wasn't. So, but y'all pray for Bo's family. Not, I said his mom. At this point, the prayer for his mom is to go peacefully. We know there's going to be no miracle healing. There doesn't need to be a miracle healing. She has had a wonderful 89, no, she's 90, 91 years on this earth. She has had a wonderful 91 years on this earth. It's time for God to call her home. Pray for his family and him, because he's going to take it hard. He was 10 when his dad died. Everybody else had left home. It was just him and his mom. So from the time he was 10 on, yeah. So y'all be in prayer for him and his brother and the sisters, because they're going to take it hard. His sisters especially. Yeah. So, I'm going to hush my pie hole now and get to going on my list. Yeah. Alright, and here is one thing I decided to be proactive and positive about. Looking to see. I do have another one. Oh, yes, I've got enough. Yay! Look what is growing in our yard. Our green beans are almost ready, y'all. Yay! And then Fat Man brought in, over the course of 2 days, squashes. Squashes! We have enough to make a mess for him and me. Carabeth will need it. Becca's not here. And we were going to do the bourbon glazed pork chops tonight. Well, I never got my bourbon. I never went and got my bourbon. And it takes a long time. We are now at 2 o'clock. I'm just now getting my motor rolling, you know what I'm saying? So, when I was digging through looking for pork chops, I was going to come up with some kind of plan. Came in here, saw these squash. I'm like, aha, squash. Passed by the vegetable bin, aha, sweet potatoes. But while I was digging for the pork chops, I found some ham that we've had in there since March. Guess what? We're using this ham. We're going to use it before we have to lose it. Because if it stays in there any longer, we're going to have to lose it. It's going to get freezer burned. But I'm so excited. He said in another few days, we're going to be picking string beans. Yay! And on things like this and your squash, like I said, if you get a few along, just cut them up, put them in your Ziploc bag, stick them in your freezer, and just keep adding to that Ziploc bag until you have a mess, and then you move on to another Ziploc bag. I could have done that when he brought these two in, and in my laziness I did not. But now that I'm seeing, you know, we've got 5 on the counter, that's a meal, that's a mess. Yeah, but I'm excited about green beans. I love fresh green beans. Yes, ma'am. So, my kitchen is in a state. These are clean. No. Are these dirty? I do believe they're dirty. So I can go ahead and load and get them washed. Real quick, another thing I'm going to do. This is leftover coffee from this morning. I've got ice in here. This is cold. Yeah. You see me doing this. You see me. Because I'm still just, I don't know. We're going to put some sugar in it. Just a little bit. It wasn't a full cup. It was just like maybe a tablespoon. It'll be alright. It's a big cup. Yes, I know. I started the vlog. Do I look big? No, I'm swollen. Y'all, Big Mama got to do something. You know what, though? I've had no breakfast. I've had no lunch. Isn't that amazing? I'm not eating hardly anything. Seriously. I'm down to kind of 1 meal a day. I do snack at night, though. And I know you ain't supposed to. Alright, let's shake this up, see what we got. I did my white chocolate mocha. Needs a little bit more. I almost spit too much coffee. That's bad. Alright, to clean this kitchen. Alright, tonight for supper, like I said, I found some leftover ham in the freezer. Needs to be cooked. I'm going to do these little squash. What is the hair doing right there? My crazy starting to show. I need to tuck that back in. And then I'm going to do some sweet taters in the oven. They just taste better. So let me get, okay, it was a cat. Let me get supper going and I'll be back. Now with our sweet potatoes, if I'm going to do them in the oven, I'm just going to put them on a cookie sheet. And I'm going to spray them with this olive oil. And I had said the other day from Costco, but it is from Sam's. I didn't realize. I saw it whenever I was editing the video that I'm like, crap, it said Members Mark at Sam's. But luckily nobody caught me on it, so woohoo, I'm telling on myself, Sam's Club. And you just kind of spray it on there. It's really good. We pull the skins off. We never eat the skin on a sweet potato. We eat skin off a baked potato, but not a sweet potato. It ain't happening. Alright, I'm just going to stick that in there. I'm going to get going on my ham. Okay. I'm trying to get my camera at the right angle. There we go. I was trying to get my camera at the right angle. I wanted to show y'all how you do your squash. If you're just wanting stewed squash. Brian never could call it stewed squash. He always called it squash stew. And even now to this day, he'll call, Mama, how do you do squash stew? And I'm like, you mean stewed squash? Yeah, where you cook it with the onion. So, and that's all we put in ours is just onion and squash. And it's near about equal parts. I'm going to do 1 onion to these 5 little squash. Yeah. I need to wash these. So, I'm going to take and I'm going to cut up my onion. And I don't cut them up in tiny tiny pieces. Kind of give just a rough chop. And we are going to saute or stew or steam or whatever you want to call it. And you can use cooking oil, you can use canola oil. We love butter. You could use bacon grease. I have done bacon grease before. Back though, when she did her mission, she was gone for 6 months when she did her mission trip. In Anniston. And one of the families that she stayed with, actually, they did stewed squash. And she said, Mom, that was the best stewed squash I ever had in my life. And I'm like, well, what did they do different? And she's like, well, they cooked it with butter. And I'm like, really? And it had never occurred to me to cook it with butter. And you use a good bit of black pepper. And I've always done the black pepper in mine, but I never used to do the butter. Well, once she told me that, we tried it, and honey, we were hooked. Yeah. So, I'm going to finish cutting up the squash. And I like the squash where it's little like this. This is the perfect. And some of them will accidentally get big and hard and lumpy. And if they aren't too hard or too seedy, they'll get what we call too seedy. If they get like that, I don't use them. But if they're a little bit bigger than this, but not seedy, then I will go ahead and use them. These are the perfect. I mean, the absolute perfect size. I love them when they're little like this. Love squash casserole. Now, I could eat my weight in that all day long. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so I just gave that a rough chop. I'm looking rough, I tell you what. I do. I feel rough, I look rough. Whew, child. I'm going to use, to start, half a stick of real butter. We're going to see what that looks like. Yeah. But there's my squash. And then up underneath, let's see if I can do this. Underneath, you'll see that one onion I've got, and then there's my butter. And I'm just going to let that just kind of, might help if I turn my eye on. I'm just saying. I'm just going to go there. Might help. Might help. Alright, and this is the progress I made with my kitchen. Yay! I actually cleaned it up. Yay! Still got a few dishes that I can go ahead and load in the sink. I've kind of tidied up over here, but I'm working on supper. So, our sweet potatoes are basically done. I just have to put the ham in. It just needs to kind of crisp and brown off. My squash is still doing their thing. They need a little bit more time maybe to get kind of soft. I think I do have enough time right now. My timer's saying 15 minutes. So, I'm going to make some hoe cakes. Yeah. And I'm kind of doing this backwards. I'm doing my milk first. I don't have buttermilk. And it is just so much better with buttermilk. You can take normal milk and add lemon juice. I'm just kind of eyeballing. You can add lemon juice or vinegar, and it will turn your milk into buttermilk. You just let it sit. Let it sit for about, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I'm going to leave my milk out just in case I need more. I did, when I was digging through my freezer, I did find a little bit of my Martha White buttermilk cornbread mix left. Yay! Yay! I was so excited. I'm just going to let this milk, and you can kind of see it now. It's kind of starting to curdle. If you can see the different coloration. I don't know if you can tell that on the camera or not. We're just going to kind of stir or shake that lemon juice in and let it sour up that milk. But that is a wonderful way. We never use enough buttermilk to justify even buying like the small. It wouldn't get used. I mean, it wouldn't get used. So, this is just the easiest, best way. Yeah. Alright, we're going to call that long enough on our buttermilk. You can see where it's, yeah, see how it's clabbered? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. I forgot to add my oil to my pan. Gonna be kind of hard to fry crap if we ain't got no grease. So you need some grease. And I'm just using canola oil. If it was my grandmama, you can bet your sweet honey she would have done thrown some Crisco in that pan. Yes, ma'am. I'm just going to dump, and I'm going to hope and pray I've got just enough milk, not too much. I didn't, and then I'm going to add 1 egg. You really go by your cornmeal. And that determines how much milk you add. And I guess I should have poured my cornmeal off into another bowl first. And stupid me didn't. I knew I wanted to make up my buttermilk first. I'm a goofball. Hey, how y'all doing? Nice to have you at the Crazy House. Hit that subscribe button and the bell so you won't miss any of the loom. Oh, that's perfect. Look at there. Jesus knew. Okay, there you go. That's what you want. That is hoe cake batter right there, y'all. Hoe cake batter. And yes, it was actually called hoe cakes because the pioneers and the people going westward actually would make it on the blade of a hoe. The cornmeal was one of the things that they could carry and not have to worry about it being shelf stable, I guess you would say, or going bad or whatever. They would have salt and cornmeal. You could bet your sweet bippy on that. The rest of it they could get by with. And actually they used brown sugar. We learned this when we were studying Laura Ingalls Wilder's and the people heading west, the pioneers. Brown sugar was sugar. They called the white sugar was considered company sugar or table sugar. If they had company coming, that's when you brought out the good sugar, the refined sugar, because it cost more to refine it. Yeah. Bet y'all learned something, didn't ya? Okay, so my grease is starting to sizzle. And I think I've done showed y'all 2 ways you can test your grease. Well, 3. There are 3 ways you can test your grease. 1, you can take the wooden end of any kind of like wooden spoon or a spatula or whatever you have. Take your wooden end, stick it in there, and if bubbles form around it, see how bubbles are kind of forming around it? Then you know it's hot enough. See? You know it's hot enough. Hey!
Hey, girl.
Talk about the 3 different ways you can tell your grease is hot enough. Your other way, you can take just a smidge of water, splash it in there. And if it does that, it's hot enough. Or if you ain't taking it nowhere, and ain't nobody but kinfolk gonna eat it, what do, Samuel? You spit in it. That's adding a little bit of love. I don't know if I've got enough saliva. You spit in it. It's not going nowhere. It is just for kinfolk. You spit in it. And my grandmother would say that's what makes it good right there. That is what makes it good right there. That spit means love. You add a little bit of love to it. Alright, so since we know we're hot, we're going to go ahead and pour up just a little bit of our hoe cake. Oh yeah, that good sizzle right there. That's what we're looking for. I'm going to turn my eye down just a little bit.
Hello.
I want them. Hey! Can you say hey?
Hi.
You got anything you want to tell them? They haven't seen you talk in a while.
I can't think of nothing.
You can't think of nothing?
Nope.
Oh, come on. Tell them one of your jokes. Come on. They need to hear a Carol Beth joke. Make them feel better.
Okay. What do you put in a tissue?
What? I don't know. What do you put in a tissue?
A book. You put a boogie in it.
You put a boogie in it. That's funny.
Well, actually it goes, how do you make a tissue dance?
Well, how do you make a tissue dance?
Put a boogie in it.
Put a little boogie in it. Okay. Yeah, now that's funny. That's funny, Carol Beth.
I had to remember how it went.
Yeah, that's alright. It's alright.
But wait, remember the last time you had a hope cake?
Yeah.
Well, you be careful.
Yeah, I got choked last time I had a hoe cake. And again, we don't know if it's from esophageal spasms or if it's from my thyroid. We'll find that out June the 9th.
Shoot, that's like next week.
That is next week. Brian's birthday is the 10th.
Oh God, he's gonna be 30.
How do you think I feel? I'm the one that, yeah, I'm old.
We thought he was gonna be still here when he's 30.
Yeah, at least he's not still here when he's 30.
Amen.
So, yeah.
Now we gotta get rid of the girl.
Hey, she's looking at apartments.
She better.
She better. That's what our plants outside are looking like. Fat Man's doing a great job taking care of all of them. They've come back. They're flourishing. Doing good. Yeah, I was going to let y'all be in the dining room with this show. This is the table when it's all stretched out. Yeah. I still got to find a spot for the bookcase, but the china cabinet fit in that alcove perfectly. Yeah, perfectly. Put that there. There's nothing on this wall. I need to clean up that mess. There's my desk. Yeah. Alright, we are through with supper. It was delicious. Oh, those squash were absolutely wonderful that came out of Fat Man's garden. And I was going to show y'all for you to kind of see. Yeah. Here's my mullet. This is even with my chin, basically. This back here, do you see how much longer? Okay, here's here. Yeah, this is here. This is the back. Do you see? Business in the front, party in the back. Alright, so put on your glasses. Do something crazy. Go get you some sunshine, vitamin D. Pull off a good supper so when you're big, you don't feel quite so bad. It is what it is. Yeah. Alright, I think that's going to do it for tonight. Oh, those hoe cakes were amazing. Squash was good. I kind of overdid the ham. I could have taken it out like way sooner. Way sooner. But it is what it is. Can't hit home runs all the time, know what I'm saying? So again, put on your glasses, put on that smile. String up your pearls if you got any. If I did have mine on, you couldn't see them from my chins. So y'all be sweet, and I will see y'all next time.